How's it going, ladies and bruises? I'm Bobby Sixkilla and welcome back to Novena Diabolos. The premise was laid out before us in the last episode, so now we know what we're going to do. So it's basically a dating sim, I guess, except instead of picking the girl that we're going to be with or whatever, we're picking the one who gets to be a demon of greed and ascend to the throne in hell. Cool. I like it. Let's carry on. I wake up to the sound of my phone receiving a text message. Who could it be so early in the morning? Remember, we have no service still. I sit up and scratch my head. I can't think of anyone. Kim? The reporter? Hosuke Cho? Maybe my interviewee? I find my cell phone and I reach out to grab it. Who the hell is texting me at this hour? The devil. 6 days until the selection. I spot an all too familiar text message. I shake my head and get up from my bed. Ugh, squishy. I step in something soft and that's your vomit. I look down. There is chunky, dripping vomit all over my feet. Is that... What? The taste of gastric acid makes its way up into my throat as I remember yesterday. All the knowledge that was forced inside my head. It's like it's flaring up, yet remaining blurry at the same time. I manage to stop vomiting, and I wash out the nasty taste in my mouth. I run across the room and grab a pen and paper and proceed to scribble down all of my scrambled thoughts. Novena Diabolos was a 9-day long event. 5 women, monsters, and a chosen human. Memories flash up in my mind erratically and disappear just as quickly. I can't remember what I was trying to write. I slap myself to concentrate. It doesn't help. Damn it! I put my hands over my head in frustration. I can't remember what I wanted to write down. What the hell is wrong with my memories? It's hard to resist the urge to drive the ballpoint pen straight through my brain. I take a deep breath and try to sort out my thoughts. Okay, calm down. Step by step, one word after another. I continue writing. One of the women is human. On the 9th day, I must leave this village with the human. The words coming out of my mouth are so bizarre I can't even believe I'm the one who's saying them. This is obviously stuff from inside my own head, but as I write it, it's like I'm putting someone else's words on paper. It feels truly dreadful. But I do my best to focus in order to unearth the rest of these memories. I keep writing as if possessed. I'm out of breath, gasping for air like I just ran a marathon. And silently stare down at what I've scribbled down on the paper. Sometimes we wake up from dreams that seem shockingly real, only to realize how absurd they actually are once we write them down. That perfectly describes what I'm feeling right now. This is nonsense. Absolute bullshit. Logical thinking makes me criticize my own writing. I do my best to cast my doubts aside, and type what I wrote down into my cell phone. Here's the gist of it. I got dragged into a weird ritualistic event called Novena Diabolos. The participants of Novena Diabolos are 5 women and 1 man, of which the man will be sacrificed on the 9th day in order to resurrect a great demon ruler. In this particular case, the main man is me, Jin Sung Park, and the women are demonesses. The purpose of Novena Diabolos is to make me choose one of them to leave together on the last day. The demoness chosen by me will then sacrifice me and thus be resurrected as the demonic ruler. My participation is supposed to end in certain death. Novena Diabolos is a ritual usually rigged, reserved for those in the know. However, one of the 5 women that's participating is actually human. That fact considerably changes the rules of this wicked game, giving me an actual chance to survive this ordeal. Who's human? These are the women participating in Novena Diabolos. Mina Hyun, Run Chae, Nari Lee, Sumi Choi, Hana Seihi. Only one of them is an actual real human, and I'll have to figure out who it is and escape together with her. like the premise. These are the rules. I can see how you could randomize it. This place is cut off from the outside world until the ritual's conclusion. No getting out, no getting in. The women are unable to meet and interfere with one another. They are unaware that there is a human among the demonesses. The existence of the real human is known only to me and the witness. Okay. The unexpected appearance of a human woman should have ruined this event, which is called Novena Diabolos. A glaring error in the devil's plans, but in his wickedness he seems to have integrated this mishap into the event, as if it's all just a game to him. This is driving me insane. I put my head into my hands and sigh. How the hell did I get involved in all of this nonsense? Another text message arrives. That's it. With no signal, that should not be possible, no matter what. Nevertheless, the text pops up as if nothing's wrong. Which is physical proof that something really weird is going on here, and that it's not just a dream or my mind playing tricks on me. I slowly lift my phone. I take a deep breath and open up the text message that just arrived. Vampire, Mina Hyun. Undead, Rin Che. Fox Spirit, Hana Sehi. Succubus, Nadi Lee. Witch, Sumi Choi. I laugh awkwardly and stare at the text with a blank expression. A game. That's truly what it feels like. Something for the devil's entertainment. I finish up with the things on my phone. Time to clean up the vomit on the floor. I agonize over how I should proceed. While figuring out who the monsters are and who's the uninvited guest, it's important to build up trust. All in all, it's a complicated matter. Where do I start? While I'm mulling it over, another text message arrives. I take out my cell phone. School. Though taken aback by the message, I realize what it means immediately. According to what I was told, the monsters who are part of this event are connected to some sort of ritual. That ritual must be performed in order to qualify as a demon. A sacrifice. In more simple terms, murder. The human offering summons the monster through magic, and then is killed by the monster to complete the ritual. It seems like this text is telling me where the summoning ritual took place. Come to think of it, I started receiving these texts the day I arrived in the village. Looking back at it now, it all becomes clear. Just yesterday, a person died at the location mentioned in the text. Does that mean... Time to think about all this for a moment. These monsters need to have had victims to qualify as demons. That means the event originally would have required 5 victims. However, if one of them is human, there would only be 4 victims. If I find monster traces of some kind there, I might be able to figure out which monster did it. If I investigate and gather clues at the 4 murder sites to find the culprit, it should be possible via the process of elimination to single out the single human. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. My cell phone will have to serve as a substitute for an actual camera. I also grab a pen and a notebook and stuff them into my coat pocket. The most important thing is to be well prepared mentally. It isn't about satisfying my journalistic curiosity anymore. That sort of excitement has long gone, because of the circumstances. I just want to find a way out of this hellish predicament. I place a hand on my pounding heart and take a deep breath. Whew, okay. I got this. I can do this. I try to stop my hands from shaking, slap my trembling legs a few times, and make my way outside after what seems like an eternity. At the counter, the motel owner greets me with a big smile on his face. I instinctively stop in my tracks. It's not like he made a particularly good first impression, but having seen what I've seen, I'm even more unnerved by his creepy appearance this time around. Hey there, hard at work today, I see. Yeah. It has to be. I'm certain the motel owner is somehow connected to the demon, devil, or whatever it was I met. It's not just him. None of the villagers will be on my side. But I shouldn't show it openly. I have to meet them. I have to make them believe I'm being deceived. You seem busy. Attending an urgent matter, eh? I guess? Well, that's right. Coverage for your story. Looks like you're not one to take a break. This is too much for me. I don't know how to react to his mocking tone. I move past him and push open the door to get away quickly. Best of luck with your coverage. I do my best to ignore his words and don't turn back around. I see, so they all have a monster assigned to them. We check the murder scenes. We see if we can find monster evidence that leads us to connect the murder to a single person. and then the one person that we can't connect to a murder must be the real human. Right? Like it. I arrive at the abandoned school mentioned in the text message. It's an oppressive, overwhelmingly gloomy place, and the thick fog only amplifies the impression. The wind eerily whispers as it gently blows, only to fade away into the fog, leaving naught but a strange, unsettling silence. I can't forget. There's still a body somewhere around here. This is pure psychological torture. My hands twitch as the fear seeps into every fibre of my body. Cold sweat covers the entirety of my otherwise dry palms. I take a deep breath. I have no choice but to move forward if I want to make it out of this alive. I start searching the school. There has to be a body around here somewhere. I can't recall how long I've been walking around for. While walking through the corridor, an unpleasant smell suddenly pierces my nose. A musky smell, similar to that of rotten flesh. I stop walking. The smell is coming from the classroom in front of me. I muster up all my courage and approach it. Alright, there it is. This is the site of the murder. The text message was true. The second murder has taken place. Despite my best efforts to mentally prepare for this in advance, my legs are trembling from fear. How foolish of me to think that I'd be used to this by now. That's not the case at all. If anything, the thought of this butchery having been caused by an unknown monster makes everything so much worse. This is crazy. What the hell happened yesterday? How can the villagers be so indifferent about this? What guarantee is there that I won't end up like this next? What might await me after death if I die because of the devil's words? Most importantly, why was I chosen to be part of this madness in the first place? What did I do wrong? I was just trying to get the scoop to save my reputation and get back on my feet. Is that so wrong? Can anyone blame me for that? Why can't all these frickin' nutcases in that village sort this out between themselves? Let them play their silly game. Damn it. Why? Just why the hell did it have to be me? I'm out of here. I was never supposed to be here in the first place. All because of the damn car. I should have just waited it out and moved straight past the village. We can't leave the village, you know that. God damn it, to hell with all of this. I never wanted to get involved with any of this. Damn it all. Damn it, god damn all this crap. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, I got this. I'm honestly amazed at my own speed. Having left the village, I feel a sense of relief. I just stand there for a while and catch my breath. I recall seeing that scary tree on my first day when I entered the village. Maybe I should have just turned back right there and then. I could have just gone back to my car. My own late realization frustrates me. I can't get out of here until this whole farce is over. Who are you kidding, huh? The only rules I'm playing by are my own. I start walking forward with more determination than ever. Oh, huh? I slowly make my way through the fog. The more I walk, the more it turns into a tiring, draining experience. I pause for a moment, leaning forward to catch my breath. Suddenly, it's getting harder to breathe, even though I'm only walking. After a while, I stand up, straight again, and continue walking. I just walk. If I walk just a little further, I should find my car any moment. Just about over there. I freeze. I'm sure that I've only been walking straight on, but I suddenly find myself right back next to the eerie tree. I rub my eyes and look around. This is really happening, I'm sure of it. Somehow, I've ended up right back where I started. What the hell? Maybe I became disoriented and made a turn somewhere without noticing it? Or does this road go round in a circle? I have no clue. It seems I simply circled around this place without noticing it. Once more I begin to walk. This time I look back to see what's behind me every few steps. The road leading to Hope Hill Village is clearly moving away. I'm certain that I'm moving straight ahead. Alright, I got it right this time, I can feel it. Damn! Still, I end up in front of the tree yet again. No way. I'm standing there, at my wit's end, helpless and confused. I can almost hear the devil laughing at my misfortune. I grip my teeth, turn around, and head off into the fog again. Bullshit! I start kicking the tree with everything I got. I kick it, and then I kick it again. And again, so hard that I end up slipping and falling down. Crap. My ankle hurts. Phew, ouch. Alright. I breathe slowly and get back up again. Though it goes against all the rules of common sense, I have to admit that all of this, be it demons and monsters and other unrealistic stuff, is starting to feel surprisingly real. This devious fog is just the torturous cherry on top, really. Is there nothing I can do as a mere mortal human caught in the crossfire? I carefully recall the devil's words. He told me the rules. According to him, me following those rules is the one possible shot I have at surviving this ordeal. In other words, there's no other way. So that's how it's going to be. I turn my head and look at the village with a somber, sullen expression on my face. There's only one way to go about this. I slowly start moving. The more I think things through, the easier moving forward gets. I want to live. I don't want to die like this. So I guess it's pretty clear how I have to proceed. I wasted my time only to end up right back where I started. But I'm much calmer now than I was before. It's because I've come to accept my current situation as reality. That's how it is, and there's no avoiding it. I exhale, vent my frustration, and take a look around the scene of the murder. I can see things here that weren't here at the last crime scene. This is much more than a simple killing. A madman, driven by the firm belief in the devil, who offered himself up as a sacrifice for one of his monsters. Just a few days ago, I would have thought such madness impossible. My feelings have changed from fear and despair to something different, something closer to anger. Or rather, resignation at this insane situation I've been dragged into. There's no avoiding this. I should be making the best of it, but I'm having a hard time figuring out what the best case is in this case. I need to approach this in a more rational and simple way. I pull out my cell phone and activate the camera. I can't afford to miss any clues and traces. I need to, well, stay alive. Alright, here we go. You can enter the info menu via right click. That's what I needed. Mustering up all my courage, I approach the scene of the crime with careful steps. Can I look at the info menu right now? I'm curious about it. Oh, here we go. So our first case, this is the one we saw before. Pierced, doll offering, deception. What does it say here? This is it. I've stayed patient too long. I see such beauty before me. Yet I'm supposed to just die? Why? I can't even touch. I'm told all my desires will change after today and be focused on only one thing. No way. I have burning passion in my heart. Tomorrow, true beauty returns. Manipulated to the point of going nuts. A rejected accusation means the accused isn't the culprit. So we got 6 things to come to terms with. I see such beauty before me, yet I'm supposed to die. Why? Succubus? That's my guess. Anyway, second case. That's what we're doing now, right? I see. That's interesting. I like the whole note thing. I take out my phone and start the camera app. I should take a picture providing a general overview of the location first. The cell phone camera flashes. The picture shows the whole classroom. Okay, time to take a look around. Now, I'm guessing succubus for the first one. He's talking about beauty and shit. Well, that's the succubus's thing, right? Be beautiful, lure them in, and then... yeah. You know? There's a bloody corpse. The smell of blood suddenly becomes very intense. Needless to say, I'm not feeling all too well right now. The victim appears to have been pierced by something. Yeah, steaks by the look of it. I take a close look at the corpse's surroundings, but there's nothing more to be found. Yeah. This is getting too much to handle. I turn away from the body. Alright, should I keep looking? Yeah, you should. A framed picture looks weird. Could this be a clue? No matter how much I look at it, it's just a regular landscape painting. Just ordinary school decoration, it seems. I turn around feeling a bit disappointed. The doll? It's a doll, a really, really creepy doll. It almost feels like it's alive and about to move. Huh. Other than being super creepy, it's just a regular old doll. Was it used as an offering? I make notes about the doll. Alright, should I keep... yeah, that. An ominous symbol is drawn on the board. A summoning circle. This is how the demon must have been brought here. I chuckle at myself. I already talk like some pro-level demon hunter. I make detailed notes about the summoning symbol. Alright. What else have we got to look at? This? I read the note on the wall. Closed skills are excellent for summoning and, this part's unreadable, past resentment of worldly things and deep grudges provide fuel for the summoning ritual. Past resentment. There seems to be precautions written down by the victim to smoothly summon the demon. In theory it's good evidence, but it doesn't have all the information I need. Too bad. I might have done myself and turn away. Here's a blackboard with strange symbols written on it. I know this language, it's ancient demon speech. Why would you know that? I can't understand the sentence, but every single letter gives off a strange coldness. What the hell does it mean? I take notes about what's written there. There's a pile of books. One of them could be useful. I rummage through the pile. There's nothing useful here at all. Oh man. A bathtub full of blood? That seems interesting. Can we not click on that? There are pictures on the board. They look highly out of place in a spot as dark and gloomy as this. The victim's family, maybe? Who knows? I slowly step back. What else is there? There's one more oh, here we go. I find a note within an open box. Is that a last will? These are notes written by the victim. It all reads more like a memo than a suicide note. It seems like something manipulated the victim before he died. I think all of this must have seemed perfectly normal to this man. I wrote down the details. Alright, should I keep looking around? No. Okay, that's enough evidence. Case information updated. No reason to stay here any longer. After another quick look around, I walk away from the scene at a brisk pace. To make the most of all the clues, I need to find out more about the characteristics and traits of each monster. For example, which monster is the one summoned with an animal sacrifice? Does the monster speak Samont or another language? In what way were the bodies disposed of? With all of these thoughts in my head, I automatically quicken my pace. Before I know it, the regular time for breakfast has passed. After a late breakfast, I return to the motel, utterly tired and exhausted. I arrive at my accommodation, which instantly makes my legs feel more relaxed. Sadly, sitting back and relaxing isn't something I can afford to do. I organise the pictures I took in the morning and recall the conversations with the women I met. All of them are potential suspects, but I can't pinpoint anyone yet. The monster's transformation makes them impossible to distinguish from humans, so I can't afford to arouse suspicion by following them around or looking at them too closely. A single mistake. That's all it takes to ruin everything. In that case, it's clear to me what I should be doing right now. Trust is the key word here. I have to let the monsters keep thinking they're successfully deceiving me. And prove to the women in the same situation as me that I'm a trustworthy person. So, from now on, when I meet them, I can't afford to show any sign of doubt. As long as I don't display doubt and distrust, they won't catch on to me either. Alright. I get up and start walking towards my destination. The motel owner. He's still sitting there. I let out a quiet sigh and try to walk past him unnoticed. Gonna work the magic of seduction on the ladies? I stop, and slowly turn my head to look right at the motel owner. Whoa, hey now, buddy. Just a joke between guys. What are you staring at me like that for? What? Am I right or am I right? Sure sounds like a date to me. I still can't figure out this guy's agenda. How much does he know about me? Is he a servant of the devil or just a regular villager? Does he want to see me dead or is he just a bystander? I don't have answers to any of these questions yet. In that case, I'd like to conduct some interviews on these women. Do you happen to know where I might find them? I should be very direct in my choice of words, and then I'm out of there. Interviews. What a diligent worker you are. Well, it just so happens I'm aware of their whereabouts. The fog, the terrain, it's a little rough out there. So I like to be on the safe side and keep track of my guests. Come here, I'll show you. I approach the motel owner, who opens his notebook and starts explaining things to me. Even going so far as to write it all down for me. Okay, first we have Mina Hyun. She hasn't been out of her room for a few days now. If you want to talk to her, you have to go straight to her room right here. Then we have Rin Che. She said she's going to the lake. Never to tell me why though. There's also Hana Seihi. She told me she was going to look for something at the abandoned village not too far from here. Nadi? Nadi Lee. Well, she said she was going to take a walk in the forest. And Sumi Choi, well, I think she might be a student or something. Asked me for a place where she'd be undisturbed, so I recommended she visit the abandoned school, but I don't know if she actually went there. That's where the corpse is. Anyway, they all didn't leave too long ago, so if you want to go now, you should be able to meet them there. Thank you. I nod curtly. Then I turn around and leave the motel. Don't stay out too late. Please be back before nightfall. His voice booms out behind me as I leave. Alright, as planned, I should use the morning hours to cultivate social relationships. Starting at 1 o'clock, the villagers all go inside. I can use that to my advantage to spend some more time exploring the village. So I think it's best if I finish meeting up with the women by then. I know where they all are, but I doubt there'll be enough time to meet all 5 of them. Maybe it's best to settle with meeting for 2 of them for now. Even if I manage to figure out who the real human is, I wouldn't have enough conversation time to make her like me. I mean, there's no guarantee that she'll trust me and follow me when it's time for our escape. I have a lot of work to do. It's already the 3rd day of this damn event. Now, time to go meet up with the woman. Use the go button to meet with the person of your choice. Okay. So, she seems dodgy on the first one. And the other one sounded like it could be the undead one. Right? No information about the monsters either. We don't really have enough information to go on yet, really, do we? But let's just start at the top. Let's go see Mina. We need to... Meetings require points. You have 18 in total. We need to meet with everyone anyway to learn more information. Meetings increase trust. Good endings need high trust to unlock. Okay, I should go see Mina. Mina, that's her name. I haven't really spoken to her yet. She's staying in room 202 on the 2nd floor. Could she really be the vampire mentioned in the tale? As of right now, I don't know anything about her, really. Honestly, I don't even know how to start this conversation. Hesitant, I stand in front of Mina's door for a while, but then I knock. Who is it? I hear a tense, nervous voice coming from inside the room. Her surprisingly human reaction somehow makes me feel relieved. Honestly, I doubt such an almost cowardly voice could really belong to a monster trying to trick me. I make sure to choose my words carefully. Hello. My name's PD Jin Sung Park. Are you familiar with a program called News Trace? News Trace? The one with the cute weatherman? Ah yes, our beloved weatherman and anchor, Lee Jun-ki. A celebrity in his own right, known for his catchy slogan, and that, dear viewers, is why he's become somewhat of a symbol or mascot for News Trace. We're a current affairs program, but he's one of the biggest reasons why we're also popular with people who aren't into that sort of stuff. Anyway, this is the perfect icebreaker, and something tells me it'll be easy to start a conversation. Good to know. I clear my throat to relieve the tension a little. And that, dear viewers, is why you could maybe open up the door? I do my best to imitate our weatherman's charming voice. Normally I would never ever have done this, even if my boss had insisted on it. I'd rather switch jobs and humiliate myself like that. Desperate times, desperate measures. At least it works. And Mina opens up the door. I'm amazed for a moment. She's taller than I remember. And her very young face is somewhat at odds with her height. While she watches me carefully, I extend my hands and give her my business card without saying anything. Excuse me just a moment. Come in. Thank you. Whew. Mina closes the door, making extra sure it's shut tight, and sits down and exhales. She looks like she's been through a highly exhausting ordeal. I take a look around and find a place to sit that's not too close to her. She looks fragile and vulnerable, and the last thing I want to do is scare her. I think it's best to maintain an appropriate distance. Nice to meet you. Your name's Mina Hyun, is that right? Yeah. How do you know? The motel owner told me. He said he's worried that you're never coming out of your room. Worried about me? Her voice is filled with fear and confusion. I don't know how to react, and the weird atmosphere makes it difficult to continue the conversation. I think about the motel owner for a moment. His eerie, dirty face pops up in my mind. He's part of the village as well, meaning he must somehow be connected to the devil too. But there's no way young Mina here would know anything about that. I can't tell if she knows what I'm thinking. Mina stares at the business card I handed her. Something highly worrying appears to be plaguing her mind. Her overly cautious attitude is a little frustrating because it complicates things, but at the same time I can absolutely understand her concern. I don't think I'd ever fully trust someone I'd never met before either. A program director? That's what you said, right? Correct. News Trace, his very own PD Jin Sung Park in the flesh. She hesitates once again. This is not how a conversation is supposed to go. You know that recent case about escalating gang violence cases? I reported that and helped solve it. I boast about one of my biggest accomplishments, hoping it makes her have a little more faith in my trustworthiness. Truth be told, I was merely the assisting PD in that case, but I still played a large role and the story was widely reported. However, Mina just shakes her head. Oh, well, yeah, really haven't heard about that one. It was a pretty big deal. I'm sorry. I don't actually watch that show all too often. Oh, no big deal, there's nothing to be sorry about. So, what about the murder case at Munjong Middle School? That doesn't ring a bell, I'm sorry. The two biggest accomplishments in my career, discarded just like that. Ouch. I scratch my head in confusion for a moment, but make sure to quickly put on a more cheerful expression. So, any episodes or reports in particular you do remember? Oh, that bizarre case with the dog puppies. That one was really scary. The dog puppy case? Suk-hoon Kim's work. That case shook the whole country. I remember that, I was still just a rookie. And Suk-hoon Kim gave me a hard time. Still, it felt rewarding. Those memories shaped me and taught me what kind of person he really is. Anyway, at least this is something to tie our conversation together. Oh yeah, that one. I worked on that too. Finding people and getting testimonies from them was really difficult. But at the end of the day, the culprit was caught, so everything was worth it. I'm still very proud of it. Wow, I see. That's amazing. Mina still sounds somewhat confused and uncertain. I think my positive attitude is starting to do its job. Yet I can't help but feel that there are still some barriers in place here. I decided to wait a little to see, so she can maybe shake those remaining feelings of doubt. Mina stays silent for a quiet while, and clenches her hand so tight that my business card is being crumpled. PD Park, sir, I have a report for you. She breaks the silence, having finally made up her mind, it seems. I nod and pay attention. With a serious professional look on my face, I take out my always ready pen and notebook. With a serious... shit, I did that. And Mina comes closer, sitting down next to me. I'm happy. This means I still give off the impression that I'm good at my job. I listen attentively. This place... There's something wrong with it. A lot, actually. Actually, that's my first impression as well. Have you seen anything in particular? I didn't just see it. I went through it firsthand. What happened to you? Mina looks at me, her expression conveying a sense of utter helplessness and paralyzing fear. The fear in her eyes is so deeply rooted that it somehow even manages to send chills down my spine. I ended up in this village and suddenly there was this fog everywhere. Villagers appeared and one of them slowly walked up to me. Something felt off. He was strangely kind, but his eyes were so scary. Well, naturally I asked him how to get out of here. Suddenly he started pounding his head against the ground to the point that it started bleeding. I was begging him to stop. So then I tried to run away. But I always ended up in the same place and more of them started approaching. I just kept running. I didn't know what else to do. That's when I ended up at the motel. It's a pretty disorganized story, but it sure does sound scary. Mina felt threatened by the villagers and tried to escape the village, but the fog caused her to go in circles, always leading her back to the same place. I can't even imagine how having gone through that must make her feel. Mina is trembling. Talking about it must have conjured up vivid memories of the experience. Fortunately, they didn't follow me inside. When I look out the window, they were just shambling around outside. I've been so scared since then that I can't imagine how hard that must have been for you. I take a moment to think about Mina's situation. If I look at this under the premise that Mina is the real human, the villagers appear to have mistaken Mina for one of the 5 monsters. That would at least explain where their bizarre behavior stems from. Mina was scared of them, and they were scared of Mina. But what if I look at under the premise that Mina isn't human? Some small changes to the emotions she felt in her story, the whole thing takes a turn in a very dark direction. My mind wanders, and the crazy theories make my hand shake while I'm holding the pen. Mr. PD, what am I supposed to do? I can't even call the police. I'm so scared. Alright, I have to stay calm. I don't know anything about her, and I can't just be scared of her for no reason. I write Mina Hyun, human? Question mark, into my notebook and stop my hand from shaking. First, can I ask you a few things? I sound rather carefree without intending it. It must be me trying to hide my own nervousness. I'm also speaking quite informally without really realizing it. Okay, yeah. In a way, I feel like my casual attitude has actually put Mina somewhat at ease. I wait for her to calm down a little more, and then I think about possible questions. About Mina? Can you tell me a little more about you? I only know your name so far, really. I'm just a student, a high school student. A high school student. Anything else you'd like to say about you? Okay, no, not really. It's a very simple question, yet enough to unnerve her. My gut tells me she's hiding something. Are you sure? This isn't something where my professional intuition is needed. Mina simply isn't good at lying. Considering the circumstances, I decided to skip the question for now. Looks like I didn't get any useful information after all. She ended up at Hope Hill Village? Can you tell me how you ended up here? I just kinda accidentally ended up here. I got lost in the fog. Really? I actually came here after having wandered through the fog myself. The fog is really, really thick. I heard it's gonna take a while before it clears. I actually live around these parts, but this is the first time I've ever seen fog like this. So even Mina, who lives in the area, has never experienced this kind of fog before. One more reason to assume this is something artificial rather than natural. Whether it's the work of the villagers or the devil himself, this is of supernatural origin. Well, even if you live in the area, this place is a little too remote for a girl to come here all alone. Did you run away from home, or falling out with your family? Oh, yeah, that's right. Mina's reply seems highly evasive. It's obvious she's lying, but I don't know enough about her to inquire further and dig deeper. I guess you should be content with having found out that there's something she's hiding. What about your family then? Any family members live here? Mina just shakes her head slowly. What is up with her glum expression? Looking at Mina, I decide to move on and ask the next question. More things she saw. Did you see anything else? You know, something else about the villagers? About the villagers? Yeah, every little detail helps, so is there something you can tell me? I try to reassure her and get her to talk. If she saw anything else, it may serve as a clue as to increase my chances of survival in this damn place. No, sorry, there's nothing else. Oh, I see. You sure? Mina simply bows her head and apologizes. Well, can't help it. There's no use trying to dig deeper, so I decide to move on to another question. That's it. There's nothing else I can ask. Glossing over all the questions and answers only provides little information. In my opinion, it's clear that Mina is hiding something. But with what I have right now, there's no way of knowing anything more than that. If anything, all this has done is make me more suspicious of Mina. I'm sorry, I'm not helping at all. What? That's not true. You had the courage to tell me about what happened, didn't you? That's very useful. Not many people are that brave. Don't worry. You can leave the rest to me now. Okay? Oh, thank you. I'm really glad to know there's someone like you around. I was starting to lose hope. It's okay, you can rest assured now. Don't worry. I'll stay in touch and tell you about what I find out. A small yet bright smile lights up Mina's face. My confident approach seems to have worked. Shamelessly hiding my true feelings is one of the strengths my job has taught me over the years. We end our conversation, with us both having deceived each other while withholding information. I'm concerned. If Mina is a real human, there's no way lying to each other like this will lead to a trusting relationship. I think I need to find out more about her. Just be careful. This place, it's not normal. Don't worry. This isn't my first rodeo. Yeah. You're the one I can trust. I look at the closed door and then head to my next destination, lost in thought. Mina Hyun. There's really not a whole lot I can say about her as of right now. But what I do know is that she's hiding something, and that fact alone is highly concerning. And with that, we're going to wrap this episode up here, because we're out of time for today, and the autosave seems to be the only way that you can save in this game. There's no manual save feature that I can find. So I'm going to take that autosave right there as a cue to stop. But I am very interested to get back into it and have question more people. I really, really like the premise, actually. Really do. It's one of the few ways that you could make a visual novel, like, replayable. Like, not just replayable in that you're just trying to get another ending, but replayable in that, you know, the whole premise is the same, but the the culprits and everything can change dynamically. That's pretty cool, man. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.